Hey, how you doing? I'm Scott. This is one of the CoolToys studios. Now, this video is a four-part type thing. We are showing you a little bit of the behind the scenes of CoolToys, how we do it and what we've got. But we're also using this video for our main business, which is a marketing company, to help our customers understand how they can market better. Now, we're always looking for better things for us and for our clients because not all of our clients pay us to do everything. Some of them make their own videos. So this video is for them and for customers who think they might want to make their own videos, like maybe you. So one of the tricks with good videos is audio. If you turn on a video on YouTube and the audio is echoey and horrible, well, it just doesn't work. But if you turn it on and the audio is clean, you're not immediately turned off, and that's kind of key. So now we're in a treated room. These walls are filled with acoustic insulation. If you watch the Acoustablock episode of CoolToys, you know that it is Acoustablock filled with what's called quiet fiber. It's a rock mineral wool fiber spun out of metal and rock that is fire resistant, and it's really good at keeping things quiet. This studio is right underneath the approach path for Long Beach Airport, and throughout this video you will not hear an airplane go by. Now, in the room, panels like this help block some of the echo. It still has a little bit of echo, so we haven't been able to just use the camera's microphone, and I'm going to demonstrate that here for you in just a second. In fact, what I will do is I'm going to give a little clap. So what we do is when the sound is normal, we use this little toy, a Tascam DR10L. It's got its own chip and its own recording. We've tried the more expensive $700,000, $800,000 Wi-Fi units, and when I have a second person in here doing an interview, these worked so much better. The only problem is you can't see the gain while you're recording. You have to manipulate it on here. And we've just learned that if we run the mic gain down, put it in manual, not auto gain, the fact that this dual records a high level and a low level, one of the two will usually work. With a quieter person, the regular file works. With a louder person like myself sometimes, the D level works. So these are a couple $100. We'll put a link below this video with all the stuff, all the gear you see today. The links will be right below, so you can look at it and decide if it's something for you. But what this does, it's a near field microphone, and you can see I've got the wire and a very small lavalier microphone up here. And that records a bubble of about 3 feet around me very well. You might occasionally hear the chair squeak even, just because it's very good at near field, but it's not good at that second reflection. It doesn't get those distant sounds. It's not gained high enough, so I don't get that hollow, tubey sound that we get. So what we have to do though is we make a clap using a board like this. So this is the one that we use for CoolToys. I'll make a sound like that. And now what you're listening to is just the camera's microphone. So what our goal is to get the studio quiet enough where we don't need to use these microphones any longer. It very much would simplify the process if we had the soundtrack right in the camera, especially on single camera operations. Now, two camera, it's a little different story, and we are now going to a two camera show. We just picked up from Canon the brand new Rebel SL2. We got it for a couple of reasons. The first is it's got HDR video, so our outside shooting should be better. What HDR does is it takes an underexposed video and an overexposed video and combines them so that the very bright lights are dimmer and the very dim dark spots are brighter, and then it makes it look like a better picture. A camera works a lot like the human eye. Now, just for fun, let's go back to the better microphones. Hopefully I haven't lost you by now. So now we're back to the Tascam microphone for now. This camera has all of the features of the 80D at about half the price, so we decided we'd give it a try. It's basically the same chip, so we're going to shoot this camera side by side with our 70D, which is the DSLR we have been using. We have a 5D Mark II for outside shooting, and for some of the better episodes we have a Canon C100. We've shot with a Red. We bring in some outside operators sometimes for the bigger shows with better cameras. And of course we've got GoPros and all of those things. And that again is where this little Tascam 10DRL is great, because the audio can translate to any of them as long as you make a mark so you can see where the edits line up so the voice lines up. So anyway, this is our new little toy. We're going to play with this today sometime, hopefully. It's got automatic Wi-Fi download and some other cool features that we don't have in the 70D. And we're going to try the HDR video out this evening. We'll see if it's something cool or if it's just an overhyped feature. Because the red Dragon at $50,000 does a phenomenal job with HDR video. The Black Magic for $10,000 does a phenomenal job. But can Canon do even a good job for under $1,000? We're going to find out. So, that said, now the other part we're trying to figure out is how much more absorption, these kind of panels here, we need around the studio to block the reflection. Normally, about 50 to 70% of a room is done for a voice room, and that's for singers and people reading audiobooks. Believe it or not, this microphone here, I'm going to take the cover off and lean this into the picture for a second, hopefully. This little back piece is enough in this room that we don't need to, you see the microphone here and the back reflection panel, or anti-reflection panel. That's enough for this room to record audiobooks and commercials and that kind of thing very easily. And that's all we use. That's a Audio-Technica USB 2020 Pro, and I'll put a link for that down there too. It's a great microphone if you need to record podcasts and things like that. I have one sitting on my desk for podcasting, and just with that backdrop in a regular office, the sound is really good. We don't need any kind of treatment in my office. So we don't want to make this into a studio just covered with this stuff. So we're looking for a better way. And in regular TV shows, they use lavalier mics and they use a boom mic, a directional mic. It's called a shotgun sometimes, and that's this little Rode unit. And with all the black in here, I got to stand off to the side, but it's a microphone inside that has air on the outside, so the side noise comes in and cancels, so it's mostly focused in this direction. And that helps eliminate some echo. So we're hoping this studio is enough to where we can use this mic and be good. So what I'm going to do now is cut off this microphone, stop the camera, hook up that Rode. All right, so now I'm recording just off that Rode microphone. It's set to plus 20 dB. I'm going to set a couple of settings and we'll listen to the differences here. Right now it's set to plus 20. The other thing I wanted to show you is that this picture, and I'll get some zooms on these things real quick. This picture actually hides some more acoustic fiber, that quiet fiber by Acoustablock, so that we can quiet the room down without looking like this Orlex foam. So we get the dampening in the room using that same stuff that we put in the walls, which we like a lot. Okay, so now let's do a quick clip. Okay, so now what I've done is change the low pass filter on the Rode microphone. We'll see if that sounds different at all. Does it? Let's see if you can tell. Now I'm going to change it. Right now it's at plus 20. Some cameras allow you to change the microphone gain within the camera, and the recommendation from a lot of people out there is to take the Rode, run it to plus 20, and then run the camera almost down to the bottom and then come up 3 or 4 steps on the microphone sensitivity, because the camera amplifier is pretty low quality unless you get a really nice, like an XC15 or a C100, which we have. Those are our big outdoor cameras when we're filming the bigger episodes. They will have a better amplifier built in, or we'll use like a Zoom or a Tascam separate recorder, and then again using our clapper board will mix the sound. Now you probably notice on the clapper board real quick the blue tape, and that's because the cheap ones like we buy, they don't dry erase very well. So we use the blue tape, and the other part is you can have your numbers for your takes 1, 2, 3, 4 sitting on the back ready to go. Makes some of the stuff go quicker. So let's change this, and now the microphone is at minus 10 dB. Actually, I take that back. It's at 0. It's flat. So we were at plus 10. We're now at 0, and we'll talk like this for a minute, and we'll go to minus 10. So let me talk about a couple of other things. If we go outside, we do have some great lenses. Now, this doesn't mean for you to start videos you need this stuff. We actually started with a standard Canon Handycam. Now I'm going to stop the camera, change to minus 10 dB, and go grab that Handycam so you can see it. Okay, so I've grabbed this little Canon Handycam. This is it. This is the whole thing. This is how we shot the first several episodes. We used that microphone in there, but we cheated. we grabbed a $70 Rode iPhone microphone and plugged into the iPhone, and then we used twisted wave light on the iPhone to record. So we got the same sound quality we got with these 10DRLs, but I always had to have an iPhone in my pocket, which, if you forget to turn it off, or if you have a buzzer set or a timer or something, an alert that in 2 hours is lunch, buzz, it would interrupt the audio. So this, the Tascam 10DRL, this has just been the deal, unless this Rode sounds terrific right now. So we're going to go back and compare. We're going to go, now we've gone to the lowest setting on the Rode. So I'm going to give a, I'm going to turn the Tascam back on here, and we'll give a quick sound clap so I can find this and mesh up the audio, and hopefully you can hear all of this. And now we're back to the Tascam 10DRL microphone. So there you have it. That's really all you need. We do have a couple of lights. There's just basic LED and fluorescent lights in here. We did not have lights for the first, I don't know, 5 episodes of Cool Toys, and for all of the old Beach Street News stuff, we shot it all either on this little handy cam. In fact, I think the first 2 years of Beach Street News was shot on this. Everything after that was a mix of that camera and the 70D that we're looking at now. So, and this, the 70D and this new little SL2, the plan is these will be the studio cameras all the time. The cost of this is reasonable. This one, a guy posted online that he found one for 50 bucks and he's doing all of his web videos with this. If you're going to make professional videos for your customers and reach out to get new customers, maybe not so good, but if you're just making videos for fun or you want to make some good quality stuff at a very low budget, this is a great little camera. The SL2, the features in this thing for under $1,000, this is probably going to be my recommendation right off the bat. Great camera, a lot of fun. The 80D, its big brother, a little bit better lens comes with it. This one's only good down to an f-stop of 4.5, where the one that comes with the 80D is a 3.5. So not a big deal if you're not a professional photographer, something my wife would argue immediately. So there you have it. Hopefully that's been useful for you to see what little you really need to make videos for your customers and for your business, and to listen to the sound and the differences in quality to know what's good for you. And remember, that Rode microphone is in a room that's partially treated. We've got about 25% coverage between these acoustic panels and the pictures that are hiding more acoustic panels. All right, so there you have it. I've looked at all of the video that we shot just a few minutes ago. Listen to the microphones and I will tell you my opinion. Totally up to you to think it through. The Tascam, a little dry in this room. It's almost too perfect. There's not any echo at all. The Rode, as we have it set right now at the flat level, right in the middle, because the 70D doesn't have that microphone setting that the 5D Mark II does, which we do have, but that's not a studio camera. It's a little expensive to have sitting in here all the time. It really is the outdoor shooting camera. The SL2 may have that feature. We don't know yet. The battery hadn't been charged by the time we got this going. So if something else comes up, we'll let you know. For now, let me give you a quick view of the studio. Looking around. So here's the AT2020 that we use for voice recording. And all of the lights in the room are run by Insteon. So there's your Insteon panel there, so we can turn everything on and off just by touching a button. One of the dome lights, $9 at IKEA. The studio lights that we purchased in a kit for about $300. And that strand photo is one of Kelly Berkwin's photos that is an acoustic panel, so it's actually dampening the room. And as is this picture of the Huntington Beach Pier, yep, that is a photo mounted over quiet fiber. And that's everything we use here to shoot all of the videos for Cool Toys, Beach Street News, and our customers. And that's all you need. In fact, remember, we started with just that little Canon Handycam and the iPhone microphone. So that's our studio, that's everything we've got. Remember, we started with just that little Canon Handycam, this little workhorse, this thing, just did it all for us. So don't fret if this is all you've got. The best camera you have is the one in your hand, is a great saying. Audio-wise, if this is all the audio you've got for now, that's all you've got. If you're going to get a microphone to run into your iPhone, get a good one. We've used some of the cheap $20 lavalier mics on Amazon, and sorry, the Rode was worth 75 bucks. That's it. Thanks for checking out our little behind the scenes video here, and we hope to see you on Cool Toys. you have a great day. And if you want to get a Cool Toys t-shirt, send us something that you think would pass the Cool Toys test. Until next time, thanks for watching. All right, I hope you didn't leave, because we got a little bonus piece for you here. I decided that even without the boom pole, we could still bring the Rode microphone closer to me because we had the cable. That's the important piece. So the microphone is now sitting right here on top of the SL2, but connected, just as if we had a boom pole, all the way back to the 70D. So that might have been a little distracting there when I picked it up. There could have been some sounds because the microphone is very sensitive. So I'm not going to get to hear this little bonus piece. This is for you to decide. What did you like better? Let me know, because I do want to know what you think makes a better video. I think the Tascam and maybe this setup right here is the best. What we're looking for is natural sound. The Tascam in this room with the acoustics is just a hair dry because there isn't much echo in there, and we sort of expect that when we're in a room. The Rode microphone picked up everything, a lot of noise. You could hear me walking, breathing. That's a little too much when we had it at the maximum sensitivity. And again, some of that might be because the 70D doesn't have a microphone setting. At least we didn't find it like we have on the 5D. So maybe if I get enough questions, maybe we'll put it on the 5D Mark II and see how it does. But for now, that's our behind the scenes look at Cool Toys, the Cool Toys studio, how we built Beach Street News, and how our marketing company has been helping our customers grow. So if there's anything else, send me a note. Until then, please take a look at Cool Toys, and I hope to see you there. Thank you.